Let's take a breath together. So, our theme this month is curiosity as a superpower. And the more I think about that, the more I realize it may be our only true power. Maybe. I'll talk more about that. This morning's talk title is What Lies Beneath the Surface? Now, that's as tricky as everybody here, is it not? Because we are each a surface. And there's something that lies beneath the surface of each of us. And I think if we're being really honest, we have layers of surface. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm trying to get to the core of something and I find out what's beneath the surface, only to find out that now I need to find out what's beneath that and what's beneath that and what's beneath that. Because we are products of generational conditioning. Generational conditioning. So we got layers, folks. We all got layers. And we have layers of thinking that we don't even know where it came from, right? So I invite you to, right here, right now, love yourself enough to let go of your need to find out from whence that thought came. And just maybe invite yourself to deal with the thought no matter where it came from, because ultimately it came from mind, and there's one mind, and who thunk it? Does it really change it? No. But we do a whole lot of questioning that keeps us from questioning, that keeps us from knowing, right? And maybe it's just me, but my experience is most of my questioning are the wrong questions. They're questions that love, life, a oneness being can't even answer, right? When something happens and my first question is, what is wrong with people? Life can't answer that question. Because the question is based in wrongness. And a being that is whole, perfect, and complete doesn't even see wrongness. And so for me to ask what's wrong with me or you or humanity is a question that will only be met with silence. Because there is nothing wrong with us. That does not mean that we are not misusing our power of creation from time to time. It doesn't mean we don't engage in wrong behavior, but it does mean there's nothing wrong with you. Our thinking is out of alignment oftentimes, and thoughts become things. And so if I'm thinking out of alignment, I shouldn't be surprised that my behavior is out of alignment. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It means my thoughts are out of alignment. It means I am not in alignment with the truth of my own being, and the evidence of that is being revealed to me, at which point I am at choice. I can bring myself into alignment, or I can deflect and find all of the reasons why I'm this way. I can go deep into the trenches of victimhood and blame generations of people for why I am the way I am, all the while dismissing the power that exists within me to change it. Because really, it's that simple. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create urges. Urges motivate action. If I dislike how I'm acting, back up one. What's the urge I'm feeling? Okay. What feeling created that urge? And then I back up to the gold mine. What thought initiated all of this? And now I'm at something under the surface I can do something with. I can't change how you use thought, but I can change how I use it. Right? And mostly what I find under the surface that has to be changed are ridiculous thoughts about other people. This morning, prime example, I've chosen to let my hair grow out. I don't know why. I just have. And so this morning, I was like playing with curiosity and said to myself, wonder what your hair will look like without any product in it today. And right behind that came a whole chorus of questions about what all of you were going to think looking at my hair with no product in it. Seriously, right? What are you going to think if I wear this pair of shoes? What are you going to think if I wear that pair of shoes? What would you think if I showed up in jeans instead of a suit? All of this curiosity that really, that's how you're going to use your superpower today, dude? When I'm thinking about making the announcement about the tamales, what will they think if I mention the Super Bowl? Should I tell them I'm going to watch? Should I tell them I'm not? Blah, 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 blah. Just craziness, right? All of that is curiosity. And all of that is what's under the surface, the immediate surface. And so what if we pretty quickly clear that away to get to what's really motivating things? Motive. Here's what the dictionary says about motive. A reason for doing something, especially one that is hidden or not obvious. It goes on. Causing or being the reason for something. Sound like signs of mind? Right there in Webster's. How about that? And it struck me that most of our motives, and the root word of motive, by the way, means to move. Right? And so most of what we're moving, we don't even know. It's hidden. It's unaware. Most of us, if we're being really honest, don't take the time to check our motives. What's really motivating me to do this? What's really motivating this? And oftentimes it's our own human agenda, if we're being honest. We have a tendency, now I know this may shock you, so buckle up. Here we go. We humans have a tendency to think we're right and that everyone else is entitled to our opinion. And not only are they entitled to it, but it is our duty. If we truly love humanity, it is my duty to press it upon you to such degree that you begin to relent and agree with it. Because after all, I have all of the answers. And if you would just listen, your life would be magnificent. And mine would finally be good. Because really the only reason mine's not great is because you're not on board with my agenda. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it is. What's under the surface? We're like a landfill of thought, us human beings. God love us. We just really are. There's layers and layers and layers of garbage that are hiding our brilliance, that are hiding the gift of us. It's kind of like, and I used to do this, back when I had a metal detector, I would literally go to the landfill. Now, you talk about a very confusing day with a metal detector. Go to the landfill with a metal detector. It beeps nonstop because there's so much stuff under the surface. And a metal detector is giving you information in this little screen about what it thinks is below the surface. Right? A tin can and a nickel have very much the same properties. I dug up a whole lot of tin cans thinking it was money. It's not. Right? Because it's identifying composition, it's not identifying objects. And so if we will allow ourselves to begin to identify the composition of our thoughts, literally, what are they composed of? Is it even your thought? Or is it one that was given to you generationally that you have never examined? Curiosity is our superpower. We talk in Science of Mind about manifestation. Manifestation means to reveal, which takes me to the book of Revelation in the Bible. Two amazing verses that I think are very metaphysical at their core. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. Revelation 3:20. If anyone hear my voice and open the door, I will come in and will sup with them and they with me. There's a caveat. Open the door. Consciousness, our divinity, is always there. It's always knocking. It's that little nudge that is beneath the surface that is always trying to get our attention. And perhaps the thing that we miss the most is that all the stuff on the surface that we get to move out of the way is the motive, is what's moving what wants to be revealed. Because if what wants to be revealed is always there, right under the surface, and I have those divine nudges, if I have some beautiful divine discontent that pushes me, that moves me to excavate a layer so that I can see more of what's knocking. Perhaps that excavating a layer of what no longer serves us is opening the door. Perhaps. Revelations 21:5. Behold, I make all things new. That's not me, the human being. That's the I am me. That is the creation me. That is always creating. Always creating. And did I say always creating? Everything is always new. Our challenge is to let go of what has been. Because I cannot experience newness if I'm anchored to wasness. I can't. And I don't know about you, but my thought landfill is full of wasness. Right? This is how it's always been. And the one that is like quicksand is some made-up belief that this is how it's supposed to be. How do I know that in infinite creation, how anything is supposed to be? That's my brain being uncomfortable with newness. That's all it is. Our superpower is to imagine something that hasn't happened yet. How do we do that through our brain that only knows what has happened? Right? And it creates a rub It puts us in the rock tumbler of thought. I had a beautiful moment working through this talk where it dawned on me that we are the infinite's curiosity of itself in physical form. Let me say that again. You are the infinite's curiosity of itself in human form. Wrap yourself around that. It wants to expand itself. It only creates. And the way it does that is it creates and then it gives its creation complete free will. That's its curiosity. Your opportunity is to expand the divine's experience of itself. It trusts you that much. It loves you that much. It holds nothing against us. All it wants is for us to imagine newness and create it simply by imagining it. Holy cow. Now, I don't know about you, but that lights me up where I don't have words to describe it. It just wants you to create. We're a New Thought theology. I dare you to have one. Let's take this into prayer. As I allow myself to truly recognize, to recognize, to know again that there is only one, that it is all there is, everywhere present, expanding itself as its creation. Joy fills every fiber of my being, knowing that all life is that in form. That there is no separation. That I truly get to lean into an experience of knowing, of feeling, of sensing, of becoming an experience. That everything I look at is God looking at God. Is the infinite looking at the infinite. That everything I experience is the infinite experiencing itself. That every curiosity I have is a divine desire in the heart of creation itself to expand itself. That I am, that we are the infinite's curiosity of itself in form. I celebrate. So grateful. So grateful to open the door to know more. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And so in this gratitude, from this openness, I release my word, knowing it is the word of the infinite spoken in, through, and as me. I let it go. I let it be. And I invite you to join me as we say together, and so it is. Let's take a breath.